The highly anticipated fight between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol ended with a historic victory of Beterbiev over Dmitry Bivol by majority decision and became the undisputed light heavyweight champion.
Charlie Barson's here for the stomping ground with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. We've just seen, can I pass you the microphone?
Yeah.
We've just seen Artur Beterbiev against Dmitry Bivol. Artur gets the decision. What do you make of it? Eddie Hearn not happy?
No, I don't think it is one of the great fights ever I see in the last at least 20 years, okay?
Fantastic.
But I don't think the result is fair, in my opinion.
After the fight between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh expressed his dissatisfaction with the decision that he didn't believe it was fair. He praised the match as one of the best he has seen in the last 20 years.
I think it is at least for Bivol, for the two fighters like my brother, okay? But I think Bivol win more than 2 rounds more. I don't know why the result like this, but in my opinion, I will focus and I will try to do the rematch. We will have now in the Latinos night in the 16th and in November, and we will have the rematch in 21, and we will have card in February in 22 maybe.
Surprisingly, Turki Al-Sheikh called a rematch immediately after this fight. He expressed a desire to focus on arranging a rematch if both fighters agree, as he wants to make the best fights happen. The conversation touched on upcoming boxing events, including the anticipation of more undisputed fights in the future.
Painful, yeah. Upset with the scorecard. Not so much. It's not that feelings which I try to feel inside. I'm trying to clean myself from this feeling, upset or something like this. Now I just accepting what I got now. Thanks for everything. I have to move forward.
Despite his loss, Dmitry Bivol remained optimistic. He showed his resilience and a positive outlook. He also shows his gratitude towards the opportunity given to him in moving forward. Bivol expressed confidence in reviewing the bout to understand where he could improve.
What emotion? I'm empty now. I have to do everything perfect. I didn't. I could be better, I know it.
A lot of people online had you winning. What's your team and what were you thinking in the middle rounds? How did you think the fight was going?
I felt that everything was under control. I just had to do more work.
Dmitry Bivol expressed a feeling of emptiness in his recent majority decision loss to Artur Beterbiev in their title bout, which marked the first time Beterbiev became the undisputed light heavyweight champion of the 4-belt era. Bivol stated, "I feel empty. I thought I was going to win." The disappointment of not achieving, but he said he needs to improve more.
Not concerned about the fight. I'm more concerned about, if be honest, I always more critic of myself. And even all my last 20 fights, because of luck, I win them by KO. I'm always complain about my skills, performance, That's why I don't like what I did. I want to do more, better, always.
After the fight, Artur Beterbiev mentioned that he often feels his victories have come through luck rather than skill. He stated, "I want to do better always," and that he is not satisfied with what he did in the recent fight. He also said he would enhance his skills and performance for future fights.
Because they're just incredible fighters. But I find it sickening that after a lifetime of hard work, Dmitry Bivol is not undisputed champion tonight. He won that fight. I struggled to find anybody on our road, a row behind, on the TV rows, who didn't score the fight to Dmitry Bivol. To find a judge give that fight 116-112 and give Dmitry Bivol 4 rounds in that fight.
After the competitive loss against Artur Beterbiev, Bivol's promoter, Eddie Hearn, admires Bivol for being one of the most skilled boxers he has seen. However, Hearn expresses disappointment despite Bivol's lifetime of hard work and his performance. He didn't become the undisputed champion.
This judge should never work in the sport again. And I'm sorry, and everything you're going to get out Dmitry is, I can do better. It's boxing. I take the judge's scorecard, but I don't buy it, because you don't deserve that after that performance. It was an absolute boxing masterclass. It was the perfect performance.
Eddie Hearn feels strongly that Dmitry Bivol deserved to win the fight and become the undisputed champion. He was frustrated by one judge scoring the fight 116-112 in favor of Beterbiev, giving Bivol only 4 rounds. Hearn believes that the decision was unjust and even suggests that the judge responsible should not work in the sport again.
Close fight, a lot of close rounds. I can see why they're conflicted. I'm not, you know what? I'm not going to judge anyone. I judge the fight though, but I won't judge anyone because it's subjective in certain ways. I can see that there's 2 ways to look at it. There's 2 fighters. It was a close fight, a lot of close rounds. I had it 115-113, Beterbiev. Yeah, because I thought he won the championship rounds. I thought it was a really, really tight, close fight.
Teddy Atlas, an American boxing coach, acknowledges the fight between Beterbiev and Bivol as very close, with many tight rounds. He expresses an understanding of the conflicting opinions on the decision, but emphasizes that while they scored the fight 115-113 for Beterbiev, it's subjective. He also highlighted the importance of controlling the ring and believes Beterbiev won the crucial championship rounds, which contributed to his narrow victory.
I thought that, as I often do, that a fight like this comes down to geography. Who gets the geography, to own the geography, the place in the ring, that suits their talents, their strengths better than the other guy? Who gets to own that space, you know, that real estate, if you will, more than the other guy? In the end, I thought very, very close and slight, but I thought Beterbiev did.
Teddy Atlas believes that in a closely contested fight, geography plays a crucial role in winning the fight. He argues that the fighter who can better utilize the area that suits their strengths is likely to have an edge. In this case, Atlas scored the fight narrowly for Beterbiev, which gives him significance in determining the result.
Me personally, I thought Bivol pulled it off by 7-5, very close. I thought he pulled it off. I thought he won the first 3 rounds, I think, with his combinations moving around. And I think he still won a few more rounds after that, using that, that technique, beating him to the punch. And in the late rounds, there was a few moments where he was able to back him up, and that's when he was a little successful. But Beterbiev kept putting pressure, and even though Bivol was blocking a lot, he stayed busy. He stayed busy throwing punches.
Robert Garcia stated if Bivol stayed consistent throughout the fight, like in his initial rounds, he would have won the highly competitive match. Garcia noted that the judge's decision in favor of Artur Beterbiev was influenced by his consistent aggression and pressure throughout the fight.
Bad score. I had picked Bivol to win by majority decision, but I feel like Bivol, the last 2 rounds, I thought he acquiesced a little bit too much. I don't think he was getting beat up. I think he was covering up, but he was retreating a little bit too much in the championship rounds. The fight was too close. I thought the fight was even after 8 rounds.
Boxing commentator Dougie Fisher initially favored Dmitry Bivol to win by majority decision, but acknowledged that Bivol's performance in the last 2 rounds affected his chances. The speaker believed Bivol was not significantly hurt, but felt that Bivol was retreating too much and covering up in the championship rounds rather than actively engaging. However, Bivol's more passive approach in the final rounds has tilted the scales in favor of Artur Beterbiev.
But yeah, there were some tactical errors there, and I think he can watch this fight back, and he could see where his strengths were and where his weaknesses were, and he can improve. And I'm not saying I wouldn't pick Bivol to win the rematch, but it was a very close fight. It was a hotly contested, fast-paced, mainly tactical bout between a technical pressure fighter and a very athletic boxer mover.
Furthermore, Fisher reflects on Bivol's performance, acknowledging some tactical mistakes. They believe Bivol could review the fight to understand his strengths and weaknesses better. Although Fisher isn't ruling out picking Bivol for a rematch, he emphasizes that this fight was close and highly competitive. Boxer Richardson Hitchens expressed his disbelief regarding Dmitry Bivol's loss to Artur Beterbiev, as he called it a competitive fight and questioned how Bivol could end up on the losing side of such a close match. He pointed out that many observers, including himself, felt Bivol's performance warranted a different outcome, given the fight's tightly contested nature. Boxer Devin Haney expressed that the recent fight was a closely contested match rather than a robbery. He emphasizes that both fighters have significant effort. He also acknowledged the competitive nature of the bout.
She watched it while we was in the locker room. I watched all 12 rounds. It was a great fight, close fight. I wasn't mad at the decision. I honestly had it a draw myself. But what I felt like stole the fight for Beterbiev was one, early in the fight, it was rounds where Bivol was still trying to calculate. He was still trying to figure out exactly how he wanted to go about it, but he was moving. At the same time, he did so much moving, he forgot to punch. He definitely took the 7th round all the way off. And then he lost 11 and 12 convincingly because Beterbiev got the best of those rounds.
Greg Hackett, renowned boxing trainer, shared his thoughts on the Bivol versus Beterbiev fight. He said that he watched all 12 rounds while in the locker room. He described it as a close and exciting match and stated that he scored it a draw. Hackett noted that while Bivol had moments of brilliance, especially early in the fight, he felt Bivol was overly cautious at times, focusing more on movement rather than effective punching.
I mean, the pressure is how he fights, so of course that has something to do with it. But here's the thing. Whenever the guy who's a destroyer, he doesn't destroy somebody, they always say he loses because he didn't destroy him. But he still kept the pressure. He still put his punches together. He didn't do what he was supposed to do, which was go to the body early and keep it up. He actually landed 3 good stabs to the body early in the first round, but then he left the body alone, and I didn't understand that. I think the movement of Bivol was giving him frustration, and he was just trying to knock him out.
Greg Hackett believes that Beterbiev's pressure played a crucial role in his victory, even if he didn't achieve a knockout. In this case, while Bivol maintained pressure and effectively put his punches together, he did not consistently attack the body as expected. He noted that Bivol landed a few solid body shots early on, but then neglected that strategy as the fight progressed.
Did you see?
It was a very tough fight, can't take credit away from Beterbiev, but, I think it's another fight for our team that we didn't lose. Yes, it was the tough 11th and 12th round. Many people came in the ring. I mean, I saw Top Rank smiling. They were already told that they won the fight. But it's kind of like, that's the way this business is, The promoters that have been around, the promoters that are bigger, they have their own ways of figuring out how to make sure they get that edge.
The recent fight between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol was incredibly challenging, with both fighters showcasing their skills. Dmitry Bivol manager Vadim Kornilov noted that they didn't actually lose. He said that the fight was tough, especially in the critical 11th and 12th rounds. He called it the politics of boxing, including promoter influence, which can sometimes play a role in determining the fight's outcome. The observation that promoters, like Top Rank, appeared confident about their fighter winning raises concerns about how external factors can sway perceptions and decisions in boxing.
Level, at this type of a fight, where everything is on the line for both guys, the scoring should be fair. I think at least by 1 round, Dmitry won the fight. I didn't see it anywhere below a draw. I mean, if anything, it was a draw, and that's just something that we would kind of maybe accept, but anything below a draw, because it's the way, I mean, again, I give credit to Beterbiev. He was strong, he was coming forward, and a lot of judges like that. But Dmitry was very precise and he was landing a lot more shots.
Vadim Kornilov emphasized that at this elite level of boxing, especially when everything is at stake, the scoring should be fair and reflect the true nature of the fight. He believed Bivol clearly won at least 1 round, with a draw being a more acceptable outcome than a loss. Kornilov stated that Beterbiev's strength and aggressive style appealed to judges, but he highlighted that Bivol's precision and the volume of his punches were key factors that should have weighed more heavily in the scoring.
He had his moments, there's no doubt about it. And Dmitri's like, right now in the dressing room, he's like, yeah, I could have been a little better, I wasn't perfect. But you can't be perfect at this level. Artur wasn't perfect either, he was taking a lot of shots. He didn't do what he did to all his other opponents. He wasn't able to do that. He was powerful, he was controlling the fight at some points, but Dmitry was landing a lot of the clean shots, and a lot of those spurts that Artur had, especially when he was coming forward, a lot of the shots weren't landing, a lot of the shots were going on the gloves.
Bivol's manager clearly calls the fight unfair, as he believes that Bivol has shown the exceptional skills better than Beterbiev.
Amazing fight, man. Honestly, I have to say that both fighters fought at their skin, honestly. Put big shots was landing, big shots were getting defended. I mean, but one thing I can say, it's the first time I saw Arthur fight
Beterbiev, what a beast he is. I mean, look, I thought Bivol was going to go into this fight and win this fight, but after watching this fight and watching him fight how he fought, what a beast he is. Honestly, like, there's no one beating him. The guy was punch perfect, great defense.
Boxer Amir Khan noted how well Beterbiev executed his game plan, combining powerful punches with solid defense. He believes that Beterbiev's ability to land significant shots while maintaining pressure throughout the fight demonstrated his fighting style effectively. In contrast, Bivol, known for his agility and movement, also had his moments, but struggled to keep up with Beterbiev's powerful punches.
Conor Ben, how did you score that fight?
Beterbiev winning the fight. I see a lot of people online saying Bivol had won it. People I know who are watching the fight on TV said Bivol had won it. Beterbiev winning the fight. I think Bivol started off fast, won the early rounds, started slowing down, and Beterbiev started really dominating.
Think a rematch is granted?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it goes any other way. I think Beterbiev just puts, applies pressure and hunts his prey down.
Conor Ben pointed out the bad strategy Bivol adopts as he starts the match with fast pouches but runs down slowly. Ben supported Artur Beterbiev's victory in the closely contested fight against Dmitry Bivol, despite many believing Bivol deserved the win.
Hey Joe, Beterbiev Bivol, what are your thoughts on that?
I thought Bivol pulled it off.
See you put away guys quickly, but I'm not sure if
it is what it is.
Do you think it was controversial for Beterbiev to win?
I think it was politics.
Politics? No doubt. I mean, look, would you like to see the rematch?
Me, to be honest to God, I really don't care. But if they want to do it, it's up to them.
The recent decision favoring Artur Beterbiev over Dmitry Bivol has sparked debates regarding its fairness. Trainer Mark Ramsey expressed uncertainty about the outcome of the Beterbiev versus Bivol fight right after the match concluded. He believes Bivol performed well enough to warrant the win. What are your thoughts on the fight? Do you believe the judges got it right, or do you side with those who felt Bivol deserved the victory? Let us know in the comments below.